And just like a short little snippet and review for those of you guys who play Pokemon or Pokemon ZA, or maybe have certain feelings about Pokemon ZA. A lot of people online are calling it slop and not a good game and whatnot. My counter argument, it's not really an argument, I actually kind of agree. I've been saying this about Pokemon for like the past maybe like almost 10 years. Maybe not like quite that long, but since Sword and Shield, so probably 7 or so years. I haven't really been enjoying a lot of the Pokemon games, the recent Pokemon games. The only one that I know for a fact that I enjoyed was Pokemon Legends Arceus. Every other, like the mainline games, I didn't really like. Scarlet and Violet, like I was like okay with, but yeah, like I don't know how I feel about playing a character that literally looks like a preschooler. I know we're usually playing kids or teenagers, but the Scarlet and Violet main characters literally look like shit. And I don't want to play a game where I just look like shit the entire time. No offense. I don't like their designs. I guess that's my main complaint with the game, which might be a like a side comment, but besides the point. ZA, I feel like as much as I like Arceus, ZA did take a step forward as far as gameplay for me, because Legends Arceus was great and all, but it did lack a lot of battles. It had like 3 battles, I think. You could probably count how many battles it had in one hand. Whereas Legends Arceus, it's funner in terms of battles. It has a lot more battles. It's a lot more battle focused. Now, with that said, it took a step forward in terms of that. It took like 5 steps back in terms of everything else. Everyone's been saying it. The fact that you only stay in the city is kind of dog. I kind of miss that sense of adventure that you usually have with Pokemon games. Kind of dog water. You're just staying in the city all day. And one of the main things I have a problem with, and a lot of people have been saying this as well, there's no voice acting. That's been a problem I've had since like Sword and Shield, pretty much. But the fact that there's still no voice acting, and you know damn well they could afford voice acting. Hell, hire me. I will do it for free. If money is a problem, which it shouldn't be, then alright, hire me. Call me up. I will voice act every single character for you for free. Just buy me a smoothie or something. Get me like a coffee at Starbucks, and then I'm good to go. Like literally. Like Game Freak, Nintendo, what are you doing? There's a lot of games that you guys pump out. Granted, Game Freak, I know it's like a branch of Nintendo. It's not really exactly Nintendo, as a whole, but still, there's a ton of games out there under the Nintendo umbrella that has voice acting, has good animation, has good performance. But Pokemon ZA can't. The Pokemon series can't get it down. And, bro, what the fuck? Now, I'm saying all this negative shit to say that I'm still playing the game. Yes, I'm one of those schmucks that paid $70 for slop. It is slop, but at the same time, okay, how many? Like, just answer me with like a number, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. In the past month, we could even go broader, just to really see. In the past year, how many times have you eaten at a fast food restaurant? Because fast food, I don't know if you guys realize, is slop. It's slop, but like you still do it because 1, it's convenient and tastes good, but 2, it's like it's a guilty pleasure. That's kind of how I see Pokemon at this point. It's kind of sad, but it is kind of how I see Pokemon. It's a guilty pleasure. I play it because it's like nostalgic. I play it because it makes me feel good in certain ways. It's slop, and it is quote unquote low quality and a waste of money and whatever you want to say. I still play it because of that. It's still fun in certain ways. It's still nostalgic in certain ways. And that's really all that matters. So it is what it is. It's actually the same way I see gacha games in a lot of ways. Like gacha games, when you compare it to normal video games on average, it doesn't even compare in terms of like gameplay, in terms of, well, maybe graphics, I don't know, but like some gacha games look better. Like, I mean, I could literally say without even playing Genshin or any of the Honkai series that they look better than the Pokemon games. But on average, I'd say gacha games don't even hold a candle to normal video games on average. Like if you compare Fate Grand Order as a turn-based RPG to like Final Fantasy or Persona, for example, doesn't even compare. Let's not, like, in terms of gameplay, doesn't even compare. But we still play it for whatever reason it is. Okay, wait. Okay, let's stop talking about it's a new Bathory. You can tell from the fingernails. 5-star Bathory, or is it a welfare? It's probably welfare. We're actually talking about 3 grand, or wow. Is this a bride? Like a bride Bathory? Oh. Wait, is that... She looks a little bit different. Her hair is a lot more red. It's still obviously Water Arco, I think. Oh, wow. That's Carmilla's NP, right? Okay, so we kind of got a little fusion of Carmilla and Bathory. She looks a lot more serious. Avenger, okay. Okay, they're about to reveal the 5-star, I think. So, I don't know who it's going to be. Obviously, the welfare is a 4-star new Bathory. The 5-star, okay, there's the sun, new Aussie. Okay, there's some ghost action. Okay, a Lancer, probably. Are those wings? Maybe like I'm not sure. It's some kind of... It is a Bathory. Oh my goodness. They actually did a 5-star Bathory. They actually did it. Oh my... We got 2 Bathories. What a cool class. Okay, of course Lancer. Yeah, of course. My lord, they actually did. They actually did a 5-star Bathory. Oh. Okay, her first or one of her ascensions is literally a t-shirt. And she has a bat. Are the other Bathories gonna attack with her? Just like... I guess she's still singing. I don't have the audio on, so I assume she's singing. As per usual. Okay, I mean... In terms of a 5-star NP... Okay, yeah, I assume her NP changes with her ascension. But if that's just it, then it doesn't really... I don't want to say it doesn't look that great. Like, it looks okay. But, that looks more like a 4-star animation than a 5-star, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and start off with a couple tickets. A new Bathory. I never thought I would roll for you as a 5-star. I never thought I'd roll for you in general, but here we are. It's apparently the final Halloween. I don't know how true that is, but... Hopefully we can end it off with a bang. You and me, Bathory. I haven't always seen eye to eye with you, but... for this occasion, I'm willing to put my pride aside and roll for you. And between you and Astolfo, and you both share the same voice actress, I like you a hell of a lot more than I do Astolfo. So take that as you will. To me, that's a big compliment. I think you should take it as such. Astolfo could literally eat my ass, and I will fart in his face and give him pink eye on both eyes. You're shiny hunting Dratini? Okay, good luck. Alpha, or you don't care? Because I know that could be a... It could be a factor. Because I got a normal shiny Ralts, and I'm like, you know what? This took way too long. I don't care if it's an alpha or not. I just care if it's a female Ralts or not. Welfare looks like the Iron Maiden NP as a servant. That's what I think too. I think it's less Bathory and more Iron Maiden, maybe even Carmilla herself. Okay, first multi-shot. Let's see how it goes. Let's see. Time to use my Callus music. Place River City Girls. Oh my gosh. Preferably alpha, but I don't mind non-alpha. Alright, good luck to you, big dog. I hope. What Chinese do you have so far? I think you mentioned Litwick earlier. And this question goes out for anybody who's playing Pokemon ZA, aka the slop that is the Pokemon series. How have you guys been enjoying the game? And we talked about that earlier, but you know, if you're shiny hunting, who are you shiny hunting for? And who do you have so far? I have so many, so I got 2 shiny Ralts, both male and female, Glade and Gardevoir. A couple of shiny Shuppets, like I think 2 of them. 3 shiny Fletchlings. A Pet Rat. I got a bunch of shinies, but like I wasn't even trying to get them. I was just trying to get my Ralts for real. But yeah. All right, Bathory. If you could just show up right now, we could rip this band-aid off and just go straight to training you. The backstory for AZ characters sounds so cool, but yeah, hearing nothing but not so good things from fans mostly. I mean, like I said earlier, it's not a great game. I would even go as far as saying it's not a good game. But there's still fun elements to it, to where I could justify it in my head that it's worth the money and worth the time to play. Is it just cope at that point? Maybe, but I don't know. It just is what it is. It's kind of like a bi-yearly tradition to just get me a Pokemon game and complain about it, but still play it. It just is what it is at this point. Litwick, Alpha, Pyro, nice. Floette, 3 Fletchlings, Godly, 2 Pidgeys, and 2 Skidoos. Okay, nice. Pretty decent amount. Okay, the only new thing we got was this 3-star CE with Calamity Jane. The very rare Calamity Jane content. We don't really see this that often. And a very creepy looking Gilded A in the back, just big chillin'. Trying to get his tentacles all up in Calamity. I mean, I guess it is what it is. Pokemon feels more fun than or FGO feels more fun than Pokemon's modern games, not gonna lie. Yeah, I think the last Pokemon game I truly liked, besides Legends Arceus, because I really like Legends Arceus, the only thing I didn't like was the lack of battles and post-story content. But as far as like mainline games, the last one I really liked was Sun and Moon. Not even Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, just normal Sun and Moon. After that, it kind of went downhill. They stopped doing the Megas, which was just the dumbest thing ever. They introduced Dynamax and Gigantamax, which was basically a shittier version of Mega Evolution. And the performance went down. I think the story of Scarlet and Violet was pretty good, all things considered, but otherwise, there's really not much else to say positive about Scarvy in terms of a lot of other things. I'll eventually hunt all the new Megas as Shiny Alpha after I get the Shiny Charm. Alright, there you go. So yeah, at this point, I literally just play the Pokemon games just to Shiny hunt. As weird as that sounds. I like Scarlet, but I'd rather play Platinum again, to be honest. Yeah, no. That might just be nostalgia talking, to be honest, but the first 4 generations, undefeated. 5th gen with Black and White, arguably the best story out of any Pokemon game, just pound for pound. Black and White, all the way to Black and White 2. Sun and Moon, which I believe was the next generation after Black and White, solid, decent story, very good characters, interesting lore with the whole other dimension, the Ultra Beast and whatnot, which I wish they build more upon, because it's implied, if you know the lore of Pokemon, it's implied that Arceus is in some form related to the Ultra Beast, might be an Ultra Beast himself, if you look up the lore. But they never built upon that. I wish they did. After that, they just shit the bed. Like, I feel like they shit the bed with Sword and Shield and so on and so forth, in my opinion. Shiny hunting is an addiction. Yeah, I know. It really is. It really is. I think I have like 60 hours in the game, and like 55 of those hours are in shiny hunting. The 5 hours is in actual playing and progressing through the game. I barely reached rank E. I think it's E when you have the huge jump. I barely reached that point in the game. And I'm not even, to my understanding, I'm not even halfway through like the story or anything. So it is what it is. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet story is good. It's definitely better than much more memorable than Sword and Shield. And they took risks and did some pretty crazy stuff with the professor especially, but otherwise, performance-wise, visually not as good as Legends Arceus in my opinion, because it's like actually open world, so you know some assets have to be sacrificed for that, I think. Whereas Arceus, it's like not actually open world, but open world-esque in a way. The Pokemon games I enjoyed are the ones on the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, the classics, bro. I'm telling you, the classics undefeated. And again, that could be just nostalgia talking, but it's hard to beat them. And one of my biggest issues with the recent games is like, and maybe it's because I'm older, they feel so easy. I remember back in the day, May and Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald whooping my ass, like midway through the game. Right before we go to the city or the town with the bikes. Oh wow, Goldspin. Okay. This is probably her. Maybe. Okay, never mind. Oh my god, Astolfo, please don't. Okay, if it was Astolfo, bro, burned right away. Burned right away. ZA is getting DLC, which Arceus did. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier with my girlfriend, and that is interesting. Arceus didn't get DLC, which is a crime, but ZA is. So, I don't know what that entails. Hopefully, they open up the rest of the region. That's probably hella cope. Because that's if Lumios is this big, imagine the rest of the region. Because, golly, that's a lot of content and a lot of land to cover. I would love that though. Because there's no sense of adventure in Lumios. It's literally just a city. Everything looks the same. It feels the same. Some grass here and there, some sand here and there. But for the most part, there really isn't anything new to see. Besides towers and buildings and hotels and cafes. Like, the same stuff every other street. Burning Astolfo would be a good catalyst. Same VA. I'm aware it's the same VA, but Astolfo could eat my ass. Could just eat my ass. Got spooked by Altera, and so other that I have MP5 4 stars. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Getting spooked by 5 stars, the worst feeling in the world. Arceus at least didn't get a free update with the alpha outbreaks. True. Yeah, I miss the outbreak so much. Cause it made shiny hunting a lot easier. That's one, and two, there's like certain Pokemon like Gible, for example, that's like somewhat rare to find in its respective area in ZA. That if they just would bring back outbreaks, that would solve that issue right away. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm expecting it to be like Scarlet and Violet, where we get a second big map. That'd be cool. I mean, I don't know. I would have to look at the X and Y map. I mean, it doesn't have to be in the same region. It could totally be a new region. Because if I'm not mistaken, with Scarlet and Violet, we go to a totally different region. Like a different continent, if I'm not mistaken. So they could literally do the same thing with maybe Legends ZA. Maybe we go to a big city from a familiar pre-existing region. Like maybe we go to the, I forgot what the city is called in Black and White, the one based on New York. I think that would be a cool city to explore. Granted, now that I'm saying that, it would just be another big city with skyscrapers and whatnot. So visually speaking, it wouldn't be the best idea. And now that I'm saying that out loud, it's like, okay, maybe that's not a good idea. I kind of want to see luscious lands and, you know, waterfalls and volcanoes and shit like that. I don't want to see another big ass city. Now that I'm thinking about it, fuck that. Were you ever an Xbox guy? No, never was. That I ever will be. I heard that they're taking off, like Targets and Walmarts and other stores are removing Xboxes from the inventory because they're not selling that well. I don't know if that's true or not. That's something I heard a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure how true that is. But otherwise, yeah, never has been an Xbox fan. I don't think I ever will be. I don't know. Never was. I know there's Xbox exclusive games. One of them, you know, infamously being Halo, for example. One of the more iconic games exclusive to the Xbox. Again, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, it never was. Xbox is pretty dead now. 360 were the awesome days. Were those the peak days in your opinion for Xbox? Scarlet and Violet took us to Unova, and the DLC is Koopa, so maybe Alola. Ooh. Maybe. That would be cool. And I think Alola, I think the entirety of Alola could be covered in the DLC, which might sound crazy, but when you really think about the size of Alola, it really isn't that big. because it's based on Hawaii, and Hawaii isn't that big in the grand scheme of things. So if they want to go hard, just put the entirety of Alola. That's major cope, I know, but that'd be insane DLC. That'd be insane DLC if they do that, but you know they ain't though. They are not gonna do that. Otherwise, I don't know what city or town they would bring from Alola. Maybe it's been for a while. Yeah, I feel like Xbox over the years has just been like Microsoft, aside from PC, which is technically Microsoft, has been like the neglected child, so to speak. Hyperspook, it works sometimes. It works on me. Get 2-time Koyan and 1 Kenshin yesterday. All right, Hyperspook, let's go. Got me shit, dog. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, last multi-shot, Hyperspook. Dick swinging. Dick hard. It's not working, big dog. It didn't work. It didn't work. Okay, well, again, I wasn't super excited for Bathory, so it is what it is. Although I do have more quartz fragments, so let's go use them, I guess. 14. That's just enough for a little bit over another multi-shot, so we'll do that. Alola is as big as Hisui, but with way more water. Yeah, but assuming they just... I assume we're not going to be like traveling the water like physically. It's going to be like fast travel. Like, I think they could fit everything in. I don't know. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Final multi-shot, hyper skip. Let's see if it works this time. Oh, we did get... What? This is our first copy of the 5-star CE? Really? Oh my... You're about 5 Halloweens too late. But okay. We did get the Carmilla CE, which I'm pretty sure this is redrop. It was the same artist as Kama. I mean, redrop always cooks with the Halloween CEs, historically speaking. You can see Cleopatra and Lancer Arturia, I believe, alter in the background. Jesus Christ. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Golly. Okay, I'm not gonna... let's not stare too long. Let's not stare too long. Let's not scare all the children sucking on their lollipops and playing hopscotch and shit in the chat right now. But Jesus. Jesus H. Christ. It'd be like that. Okay, let's go. Might as well use the tickets. Might as well. Let's go ahead and just might as well squeeze us dry, huh? Why don't you? Why don't you just squeeze us dry, Bathory? It's kind of what your lore's all about. You squeeze people dry of their blood and then you take a bath in them, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's Carmilla's backstory. I don't know about Bathory herself, but... By the way, congratulations, Vovong, for the Koyan and Kenshin. I completely forgot to tell you congratulations on that. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting shit. Yeah, I don't think it's happening. All right, well, I didn't get her, so I mean, again, I'm not a Bathory fan to begin with, so I certainly don't deserve her. Hopefully, all my Bathory fans out there were able to get her. All right, so first Ascension, it's pretty much what we saw earlier. It's her with the baseball bat with the nails sticking out. Kind of wish it was barbed wire so it could have some Negan Walking Dead vibes, but you know, the spiked bat is, you know, pretty cool, I guess. Okay, I mean, it's cute. It's cute, but I really like the Ascension they showed us earlier. Alright, second Ascension. Oh, whoa. What are you wearing? Like a puffy sweater? I don't know how I feel about this. This is kind of random. She has like a halo around her horn. That's different. I've never seen that before, so I'll give her props for the original design, unique design. And is she giant? Because look at her shadow. Her shadow is literally casting over an entire section of the city. Is this like a giant Bathory? So first Ascension, second Ascension. I assume that's what that is, because literally she's casting a shadow over an entire section of the city. I don't think that's how shadows work. Unless you're gigantic. So a potentially giant Bathory. And then of course is the third Ascension. Am I stupid? Did I just now realize, given the CEs and the design of this Bathory, is this a space event? a Servant Wars event. I just realized that just now. Because the 5-star CE is literally Carmilla in space. You have a Calamity Jane 3-star CE, who's obviously from the Ishtar Wars event. This Servant versus Servant. I just realized that. I didn't even put that together. And then final... Oh my goodness. Okay, this has to be the last Bathory. It's literally all the Bathories together in our final art. Literally all the This has to be the last Bathory. I mean, I'm kind of sad we didn't get the Dragon Oni Bathory as a costume. But it's a nice way to wrap off the Bathory saga, so to speak. Alright, type 1 if you like first ascension the best. Type 2 if you like second ascension the best. And type 3 if you like third ascension the best. I think I like 3 still. I like the wings. The wing action. That's like the main thing I like, to be honest. First is cute. Not gonna lie. Second, I don't know how I feel about it. It feels a little bit random. But I'm sure some people might be a fan of the... I assume she's giant. I'm not sure if she is. To be fair, but based on the art, it looks like she might be. But I'm more of a 3 guy myself. Yeah, it has to be Servant verse themed. Okay, what does her NP do now? Buster NP. She's a single target from what it looks like. She applies curse, charge NP to the party. Okay, so semi-support-ish with her NP. Skills, attack up. Okay, more Buster up. Okay, that's cool. She has a 2-time hit invincibility, so pretty cool. Overcharge up to the party. Not bad. I like that. I like servants that could put an overcharge as well as protect themselves, because with the overcharge you could make some pretty fun teams with Castorio, for example. And then, oh, she has a battery not only just for herself but for the party as well. So 50% battery overall and then 20% to the rest of the party. I feel like they've been doing that a lot, which I'm a big fan of. So nice. So she seems like a semi-support type servant, which I guess we could use more of those. Servant that could do a little bit of everything. So not bad. I mean, obviously I haven't used her. So I can't really say for sure if she's like good or not. But based on her skills, I kind of like her kit. I like her kit a lot. Very balanced. Nothing broken from what I can tell. But yeah.